Welcome back, everybody, to yet another episode of This Is My Bourbon Podcast. And on this particularly special episode, I am so pleased to welcome two co-hosts sit down with me. The past, present, and future are all kind of meeting in one place. Scrooge. Swan's here.
I made it.
And Eric's here.
Ah, here it goes.
Continuing on with the Keenan and Kel references.
I had to. After we talked about it the other day, I was watching clips of it, and I was cracking up.
Oh my goodness gracious. 200 episodes. We did it. And in spectacular fashion, I don't really have anything super special about this episode. But
There's three of us here.
I know.
That's special.
I mean, like, for the 100th episode, I had announcements, like things were happening. I was doing special stuff.
Are we not good enough for episode 200? What's going on here,
I
Barry?
want to continue to remind. I want to continue to remind the
Swan?
both of you. I want to continue to remind the both of you that I do all the work for this podcast.
I drove over here, thank you.
I guess I don't comp you for gas.
I got
so
a
you're
ride
right.
over here.
You did bring pizza though.
I brought pizza.
Let's go pizza too.
I put together a game for tonight.
I brought a
Can't wait for
gun.
He brought a gun.
Things are really escalating on the podcast.
Yep.
Bourbon Russian roulette.
It was a power move, I'll be honest.
He walked in showing it to everybody. Didn't even hide it.
That's what replaces flying blind is bourbon Russian roulette.
On this week, we got a new co-host.
I'm never the one who does it the first time.
You're just commentary. You're just...
Well, Lucy, get the mop. Anyway. If this is your first time listening to the show, you picked a heck of a time to do it. My goodness gracious. But thank you so much for being here. Please subscribe. Please also leave us a rating and review if you listened to the show before. 5 stars and a good review really helps us. I guess we're still doing this thing where people leave us reviews on other apps.
Hey,
We got a couple good ones, though.
we got some good ones.
I left one on the chicken game. It was good.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I was actually going to talk about that during tips and bits, so we'll do that when we get there.
Good.
Bourbonshop.threadless.com, all of our apparel and merchandise. Let's see what else. YouTube.com/thisismybourbonpodcast and Patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast supports the show for as little as $1 a month. As little as $5 a month gets you bonus content. So up until a few episodes ago, we were doing Flying Blind, and now we are doing, hey,
Pair that thing.
pair that thing with a pour for me, guy. It's a great title. It rolls right off the tongue. And it's very in line with the bedraggled nature of this podcast.
Put it on a shirt.
So, what is this thing that we have here, Eric?
Well, we're getting down to the end of Don Nishida's snack box. Yeah. However you want to take that. This is a chocolate crunch roll.
How else was I supposed to take that?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's basically a cookie with chocolate in the middle of it, but a really good version of it.
It's like cannoli.
Yeah.
But crunchy.
And it's almost like a fortune cookie with a bunch of chocolate shoved in it.
I think it's the best way you could have put that.
Yeah. And Swan actually came up with this pairing.
Hey, I contributed this week.
He brought an unreleased item.
It took him 3 months of not being on the podcast to have something to contribute to the podcast.
Yeah.
Quality, not quantity, baby. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, I come in swinging, but very, like rarely.
It's just hard to get your wings in the door.
It is.
Oh,
Yeah.
well.
And you leave feathers everywhere.
I try not to. Usually I like them attached. I am balding a little bit in the left feather, I guess.
So this is actually an unreleased Nulu pick that you got to be a part of with its bourbon night. Mm-hmm. And first of all, bourbon on its own, I am 100% picking up a bottle of this. Mm-hmm. This is the best toasted barrel Nulu I have ever had.
I will agree.
Hands down. Hands down. I mean, we would have had a much different toasted episode.
Yeah.
I feel like.
The one I had, that we had, on the toasted episode was so sweet.
Eric actually just brings whiskey over, but he doesn't let
I
me
don't
try
share.
any of it.
Just
It's his own. He knows I'm allergic.
secret's out.
I've not been drinking this entire show, 200 episodes, and I faked it every time.
But it was way too sweet. And this is
Yeah.
like that perfect medium. Like you get a little bit of that toast, like kind of that graham cracker chocolate going on, but there's also this peppermint on there. And paired with this little cookie filled with chocolate is like chocolate peppermint candy. It's great.
I like it a lot. And I'm so looking forward to picking up a bottle and just swirling this around in the glass
Oh yeah.
like
Yeah.
a cinnamon stick in a cocktail.
Just take it and crumble it up on a plate, and then just rim your Glencairn with the chocolate, and then just go for it, man.
What's
Like
the
a
proof?
like a margarita.
This one is 114.6.
Will it be bottled at that, or do they?
It's probably going to change a little bit. That was just kind of the one go at it with a proof meter or whatever it's called. But
Proof gun.
proof gun, that's what it is.
Lots of guns today.
Got it. Yep.
We have and most of the gun talk hasn't even made it onto the main episode.
Yeah.
Wait until we talk about this thing here in a second.
Yeah, it's just 21% MGP, finished for about 4 to 5 weeks in a toast. But talking with the guy at Nulu, it seems like he's getting to the point where he's moving stuff up and down in his warehouse.
Good.
To kind of get it moving in and out of the barrel quicker.
Good. That's really, really good to hear.
Yeah.
Maybe not right before winter.
Well,
But
yeah.
I don't know. It's been up there all summer and down here all winter, and I just don't. Where did it go? Somebody probably stole it out of the barrel.
Where's it at?
Where's the whiskey thief? Hey.
Hey.
Anyway, I really like this pairing. I mean, this is like dangerous.
Yeah,
I
this
feel
was made to be paired with snack cakes, which is as soon as we
100%.
picked it, I was like, Eric, where's Eric at?
Yeah, he texted me and was like, "You got to get this when it comes out because you're gonna be Debbieing it up.
Debbie ended up.
Debbieing it up,
We're gonna put it on a shirt.
baby."
Baby. W life.
Debbie, well, Dabby.
Oh, we should do one that.
Little Dabby.
Do one that's the second weekend in a row that you've made that joke. Well, you've made that joke multiple. That doesn't matter. I'm off on my timeline.
Yeah, we double recording in our timelines.
We took last
effed
week
up.
off, and now we're recording a week and a half before the episode's actually going to come out. So I'll see you next
to the
Friday.
future.
But we should do a straight out of Little Debbie's shirt, and it's just you real sad.
Black and white.
Yeah. What have you guys been drinking recently?
So much, man. The pandemic's really got it to me.
Do you want to talk about it?
No. Just a big variety of stuff. I've had some brandy, scotch, Irish whiskey, lots of bourbon and rye recently. A lot of toasted stuff, which has been nice.
Yeah.
Toasted ryes have been nice. I've been really enjoying them. I've had a couple of the Buzzard's Roost picks and stuff. Those are pretty good.
Thank you for saying Buzzard's Roost. That's their peated rye.
Oh, nice.
You don't have to try it right now.
Yeah, I think I'm going to skip on it right now if we're not doing other peated things within the episode.
We're not doing other peated things. We do have a review, I think.
Okay.
I can't remember. Are we doing a review?
Yeah.
Jamie? Eric, what have you been drinking?
Let's see. So this past weekend,
I'm sorry, there's a story that we can't tell on the podcast
no,
from this past weekend.
that's the platinum edition Patreon story. So sorry about that.
Don't tease it. Todd Cooper will be in that level before you know
We
it.
won't even, it won't even be an episode. It's just a live stream.
Oh, yeah, it's just a conversation that I have with somebody and to tell the story.
Yeah, absolutely.
But other than that, was in Louisville. Went to Michter's at Michter's bar. had a little bit of the new toasted batch, which was really good. I was very disappointed because they told me that they had some out that morning, and obviously I wasn't there that morning.
You just missed it.
Yeah.
You just missed it. We had it. It was here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they made sure to let me know.
Literally every employee came up to you.
Yeah, they're like, "You like that toasted? We had it this morning." I was like, "You're fourth person that's told me. Appreciate it." I just break Glencairn's out as I walk out of the shop. And then on the way home, me and April had lunch at Willett. And
I noticed your hat.
yeah, I bought me a new hat. I got me a little W hat there. And I got to try. So if you go to the bar at Willett, I've mentioned this before, but they have picks from groups or clubs, stores that they keep so they can let people buy pours at the bar. So I was asking the bartender, what would he recommend? And he said they just put this bottle out this week. It's one of Drew, which is the master distiller, his favorite picks of the past couple years. And it was a 12-year-old Willett single barrel that Bourbon Bonanza did, I believe. Let me see here.
I know that name, and I'm probably going to get dragged for saying that I know that name without actually being able to
It was
recall.
for the Bourbon Bonanza Benefit 2016, and it was a 12-year-old, 127.4 proof barrel, 1411. It was straight up fresh strawberry muffins. It was. I let April smell it, and she was like, "That is strawberry muffins." It was crazy. The bottle had only been opened for a couple days, and I got the last 2 pours of it.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, and the funny thing is, me being the Instagrammer I am, I tagged Drew in the story, and he actually messaged me back and said, "I was going to the bar tonight, and I was going to actually see if there was any of that left." He says, "And you beat me to it." So the bartender was legit. Like, it was one of Drew's favorite bottles. So
That's really cool.
it was a great pour. I bought 2 pours of it, and
Nice.
I regret nothing.
You shouldn't.
Well,
So as of recording this, and I guess by the time it comes out, it'll be like a week and a half past. But my brother's wedding was this past Saturday, and I was not expecting it, but they had 4 Roses Small Batch Select on the bar,
oh,
and it was an open bar.
killed that thing, didn't you?
No, because it was gone too quickly. They only had a couple bottles of it, but like I had, I went up to get a drink, and it was what they had sitting out was 4 Roses and Woodford, and the guy was like, "We've got the Small Batch Select if you want that instead." I was like, well, "That's a no-brainer." It was my best bourbon of 2019 or whatever the heck it was. So that got the night off to a good start. And it only went uphill from there. No, I like brought a bottle of Knob Creek that had been picked just like a few days before Eden was born. And that bottle's almost gone now. So I can't complain.
I'm glad you didn't bring the one with the pig sticker on the back. That would have been fun
Brought
for
that
your
to
entire
our
family.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done that. Has anybody found that one high times pick or whatever
The
yet?
honey one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Surely that's made the rounds on social media by the point that this episode has come
God.
out. Like, you are I think I was sent that particular sticker twice. Yeah, good times. Sorry.
One of the best photoshopped stickers I've ever seen.
I would argue that it might be one of the worst.
Not.
Psych! Just because of the fact that I know the pain that some poor soul had to go through. And they probably also went to school for it like I did. And they had to sit there in front of their computer and think, I'm probably not getting paid for this.
There was also a big misstep on Jim Beam's part. Speaking of labels that were bad, the Jim Beam bourbon cream, why did they not go with Beam cream?
Oh, man!
A coworker pointed that out to me. He's
Beam
like,
cream.
Beam cream. It's an idea. It's a staple. And then like 4 months later,
Dang
they
it.
came out with it. And he's like, why did they make it so normal?
Somebody's going to use that for a pick now.
Have you guys tried it yet?
No.
I really want to. I really want to do, just really appeal to nobody, an episode where we only try bourbon creams.
I'd love to do that.
I would be so sick afterwards, but
Yeah.
maybe we'll do bourbon creams and coffee.
I like bourbon cream.
And then I'll be sick and awake.
Ice cream, like make a milkshake out of it.
Ooh.
Put a little, yes, I know.
Then I'll be
peanut
sick.
butter whiskey, whatever, but peanut butter whiskey, some bourbon cream, ice cream, and a little bit of just regular bourbon.
Yes, all of that, please.
I'm about it.
I'm here for it. Who's mad about it?
No one's mad about it.
We're getting in all the catchphrases on this episode. What are some other ones?
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
That being said, that's not my wife. I swear it was this many cases.
I don't even know. Sometimes Perry gets me so good inside that I can't even come out with a response. Like,
I'm a slow burn.
just the slow burn stuff. Just
My favorite is when Swan just goes, "Oh no." That's when I know I've really landed it.
even though you can't see it because you're listening to this on speakers or in your headphones, but when Perry puts his arms out and he does this motion, I just crack up inside. I'll look across the room when we're recording, and when he puts his hands up and starts waving them, I'll crack up a little bit.
It's like an extended jazz hands
Yeah.
almost. Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
It's like the Forrest Gump wave, but with both arms.
Yeah. You know he's about to pop something off right there.
Sometimes it's an accent. Hey. But that's just my normal voice. I guess we'll get this out of the way before we get into the fun stuff. But yes, this is episode 200.
Explosions.
Like I said, I don't really have any like big announcements or anything for this episode. I know that I did with episode 100, but the life has just been so crazy recently in general. I mean, you guys saw my kitchen needs to be cleaned. I have a lot of dishes to do, and I literally have just not had the chance to do it. And I feel like, I mean, 2 years ago when we did the 100th episode, I was in a much different place. We didn't have a baby. I mean, it was a different time. And so like this year, especially coming off of everything that has happened over the past year and a half, 20 months at this point, 21 months, I don't know. It is just nice to kind of sit and be very genuinely thankful for what the past 4 years have meant and everything that we've been able to do, not just with the podcast, but with the community. And I'm extremely, extremely thankful, not only for the people who listen to the show, you all who are tuning in right now, whether you're here for the first time or you listen to every single episode. I mean, I go back and listen to podcasts that I have already listened to before, like binge them the way that a lot of people do The Office or Parks and Rec or Grey's Anatomy, God
Dragon
forbid.
Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z. Exactly. And there's got to be somebody who has done that with this show, but I can't imagine doing it myself. So God bless you if you've done that. But in general, I just want to say thank you, the listeners, so much for allowing us to get to this point. We would have been, I know I've said this before, but we would not have made it this far without you guys. So my voice is also still gone from this weekend, so I sound real sad and dour, but I truly, truly mean it. And I probably will wind up doing another little soliloquy at the end of the podcast when I've had more to drink, but it is what it is. And also, you guys who are sitting here right in front of me too. Not only people who make this show happen by showing up and sitting in front of microphones, but also being just supporters of the show. I mean, Swan, you in the early days were just finding bottles for me to drink and review on the show. Eric, you were a literal fan.
Yeah, I was just a listener.
before we brought you on.
I'm evidence that dreams do come true, people. One day you too can make it onto your favorite podcast.
You could one day be on the Joe Rogan Experience or WTF with Mark Maron. But it has just meant a lot to have really supportive and awesome people sit down with me on a regular basis and talk about bourbon and life. And, you know, one of the things that Swan and I have always talked about is the balance between podcast life and just taking the time to sit down and not create content. And I think that, you know, the longer this has gone on, the more that I do crave those times where I don't have to be in front of a microphone. And I'm saying that like I'm going to stop doing the podcast. That's not the case. It's just, it means so much to be able to, you know, not feel like I have to be on when I'm drinking bourbon, when I can just enjoy people's company again. And pandemic did what it did to that aspect of bourbon life, but at the same time, thank you both for everything that you've given to the show. Genuinely, I mean that. Eric, maybe you less so since you've been here. I'm just kidding.
Hey, you're welcome.
All of that being said, you have prepared a game.
Let's play a game
for us.
Yes.
And correct me if I'm wrong. Did you bring samples of what we...
Yes. So this game is a little something I put together just to have fun for 200. I think 200 is an awesome milestone. I know it only comes once. I mean, there's only one 200th episode. But, you know, you made it to 100 and then you kept going and you kept putting out great stuff. And I've listened, I don't even know how many episodes I've listened to, but I mean, I just enjoy the show and I'm glad it's at 200. So I want to do something fun. So I like to call this game, Who the Fuck Said That?
You know, I haven't actually made my mind up whether or not I'm going to cut that out. So
well, there it is.
We'll see.
So basically what I did is I went back through the past 200 episodes. And since I knew Swan was going to be here, I went through some reviews of bottles that I personally owned. Some that I bought because of what you guys said.
Oh my gosh.
But I wrote down the scores each of you gave this pour. And then I have quotes that you said about these pours. And I want you guys to try to guess who scored what and who said what.
Oh, no.
I'm so
excited. And I have them all blind right here.
Ooh, even blind, too.
Wow. I want you to try to, and you can even try to guess. And the loser, I'm going to tally up the points, has to drink a blend that I made.
And the loser has to drink that.
Or do you want the winner to drink? You pick.
I don't know. Are you messing with me now? Because
is it a good blend or is it a bad blend?
Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
It's a bad blend. So the loser.
Okay. Definitely the loser gets this.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you'll get a point for each correct guess.
This is what Eric brings to the show, masochism.
So, we're going to go through these 1 through 4. And you don't have to, I'm going to let you nose, taste, get the feel of them. And then I'm going to tell you the score that you gave them. And then I'm going to tell you a quote. And you all just guess who gave that score, who said that.
Okay.
There's been so many times we've recorded, and by the day it posts, I forget what we drank. So this is going to be
a mess.
Well,
I mean, I have the good fortune of having listened to everything at least twice,
Yeah.
right? Between recording and editing. But
I have a follow-up question. Did you listen to us drink these and buy them because we liked them, or did you buy them because we hated them and you wanted to experience it?
There's one.
is there a mix of both?
So there's one particular bottle in this group that I specifically bought because I enjoyed what y'all said about it.
That makes it so much harder.
It smells pretty good.
And they're not. I didn't just pick like the worst things you ever do. There's a variety of pours, and some of the quotes you said about them at the time, I feel like you are much different about them now. So that's why that was kind of the fun part, because I don't feel like you would say the same thing about these now.
I believe that. Yeah, for sure. I don't know what this is based off of the nose.
No clue.
Well, that palette doesn't line up at all with the nose.
No.
Okay. I don't know what this could be.
I don't either.
Gonna get my point sheet.
It tastes
out
higher
here.
rye to me.
I was thinking that 2.
But I couldn't tell you what distillery, like at all.
I mean, like, I was kind of thinking, and I honestly don't know what it could be, because I was kind of thinking turkey, but it doesn't scream turkey to me necessarily. It seems to lean a little bit more Heaven Hill.
Yeah. No, I could agree with that. I was definitely pulling those two distilleries.
All right.
So, one of you gave this a 13, and one of you gave it a 12.
So we're pretty even on it.
So, Swan, what person gave this a 13?
I think Perry gave this a 13. Oh, he's scoring us.
Well, I gotta keep track of the points.
We got to know who actually loses this.
I'll be honest, I'm terrible at standardized testing.
So, Perry, what is your guess on the scoring?
I would say I also gave this a 13. I tend to skew a little bit higher than Swan does. Anyway.
Okay. I'm gonna go through everything, and then I'll tell you the results at the end.
Okay.
Or at the end of each pour. All right. So, who said it's strong stuff? It's good stuff. One of you said this about this pour.
That's you. I don't think I would have said that.
Are you sure?
No, but I think that's
Swad, who do you think said that?
Perry. I'm going Perry with that one.
Well, if that's me, that part of Perry was wrong.
Yeah, that, or it was like one of my first couple of episodes, and I was like, I need something that can't necessarily be wrong, but it's not.
Did I say it with that same tone?
No.
Okay.
I'm not.
Because I could hear myself going, it's strong stuff. It's good stuff.
I'm going to read the second quote. Maybe it will change your answers here.
Okay.
So maybe I'll read both quotes and you all can just guess who said it. So
Okay.
The second quote, I get it, but I'm not keen on it. I'd rather have new riff.
That's me.
See,
Okay.
I think that's me.
I don't know. I've never heard you say keen before.
I'm capable of words.
That's not the point. It's just I don't think that that's something you would have said. I get it. I'm not keen on it. I would rather have new riff.
I think it's the sentiment behind that. I feel like I would say, but I don't. You're right. I don't think I would say keen. I don't know.
So,
I'm still going to go with that one as me.
okay.
I'm going to say that one was me.
Okay.
One of us is getting double points there, but
And so by default, I guess I'll just score it by you all pick who said what. Because, I mean, if you're saying you said that one, then that automatically means you think Swan said the other one, right?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, unless they're both one of us.
there could be.
Don't hear that in.
Because, I mean, that could have been both me.
So, Swan, you think the opposite of Perry on this one?
Yes.
Okay. So, This is from episode 88, and you reviewed Pikesville Rye. And Swan gave this a 13.
Dang
Perry
it.
gave
Wow.
it a 12. So neither one of you got the scoring right.
Gosh. Okay.
And per quote, Swan said, "It's strong stuff. It's good stuff."
Okay.
There we go.
And Perry said, "I get it, but I'm not keen on it. I'd rather have New Riff Rye." I left out the rye just so it would, but you said you'd rather have New Riff Rye than Pikesville Rye.
That's weird because I don't know if I still hold the same affinity for New Riff Rye.
I don't, personally.
Yeah.
I think I do tend to like the higher rye stuff.
I was probably saying that because of the price, right?
No, you just said the taste. You said
Really?
You were talking about New Riff Rye during this episode, and you said, "I would rather have the New Riff."
Huh. I mean, based on price, I would probably prefer to pick up New Riff.
This was all in your tasting notes. This was not like the end of the scoring or anything.
Yeah.
This was during the palate.
I'm just thinking like now.
Yeah.
What I would have said.
So I'm rocking a sweet 0 right
So
now.
Perry has 2 points.
I got two.
Swan has 0.
Okay, here's the thing. I really want to try this bad blend. I'm going to shoot to win.
I mean, I've got enough for both
But,
of you.
I mean, I want to, even if it's just like a sip. I'm just curious.
So I've just handed them sample 2. This was really fun for me because I honestly, like, when I wasn't at work or didn't have anything going on, I would put a couple episodes on and just listen to the review section. It was so fun going back because I remember listening to these at the time they came out, but knowing you guys both now, like, it was just fun listening to how you were then. Like, so much has changed. You're still the same, but at the same time, you all drink so much more stuff and you have
Grown
different
a lot,
thoughts.
yeah.
So this is pour number 2.
Oh. My first smell was just dog poop. I mean, like, I smelled that and I was like, that is really bad.
Could you imagine if he was like, the quote was, "This smells like dog poop"?
But the more I get into it, the more it's kind of like a nougaty kind
Yeah,
of
I get this
candy
like
bar.
nougat, but I mean, could also look like dog poop in those candy bars. Classic Babe Ruth in the
Baby
pool.
Ruth.
Yeah.
Here's your baby Ruth.
This is going to be a fun reveal. I can already tell this is going exactly according to plan.
Well, this is fun too because it's just so deep cut. Like, there's not a whole lot of people that, you know, when they start a new podcast, they'll start to listen to the older ones, but it's mostly just like, I'll keep up with the new stuff.
That's definitely either lower proof or younger than what we just had. Maybe it's the rye that's throwing me off as opposed to like a rye whiskey. Hold on, I need to take a drink of water.
Yeah, I'm gonna also get a drink of water. I don't love that. I hope I
don't
didn't
either.
used to love that.
Yeah. Oh no.
Sorry, there was something in my nose.
Yeah, sure there was.
I mean, the longer I sit with it, it does get better.
And it's actually pretty nougaty on the palate too. When I think about it.
All right.
I mean, I would drink it. It does get better.
While
It does, but I don't love it.
While you're going in a little bit more with it, I'm going to give you the ratings or the score.
I do also love, hold on, that the first one you gave us on the 200th episode of This Is My Bourbon podcast was a rye whiskey. That is so funny to me. Sorry. Please go ahead with question number 2.
I didn't even think of that.
I have no idea what this is.
Somebody gave this a 15.5, and somebody gave this a 12.5. Perry, who do you think gave those scores?
I think I might have given this a 15.5.
I think I gave this a 15.5.
Do you?
Yeah, because I'm a sucker for that like chocolatey nougat thing.
Yeah.
This isn't doing it super well for me now, but I could see then me being all about this.
Okay.
Why can't I place this?
All right. So
This is the thing. Like, I know that of course, I know that I've had this before.
well, yeah, it was on the
Yeah,
show.
exactly. But it's like, I don't know what the heck this is.
So here's the first quote I'm going to read. And like I said, this could be both of you. It could be one of you. However, I would buy this. This has the robust flavors of a barrel proof.
Okay. What's the second quote?
Second quote. I just figured out what that butter popcorn flavor is. I'm finding it's a jelly bean version of buttered popcorn.
That's me.
I think the jelly bean one is me.
Dang it.
Yeah. Again, I'm just such a simpleton with my language half the time. I just don't see me using the word robust. But I mean, I have no clue, man. This hurts my brain.
Is
Since
is
now
this early times bottled in bond?
No.
Okay.
So coming in from episode 72,
72. Jeez.
you reviewed Legent, whatever you want to call
Legent,
it.
yeah.
Legent. Swan gave this a 15.5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Perry gave this a 12.5. So Swan gets a point on that. Swan said, I would buy this. This has the robust flavors of a barrel proof.
I can hear you going, I would buy this.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I did buy it. I still have a bottle.
Yeah, I do too.
And Perry thought it tasted like jelly bean buttered popcorn.
Yeah. I remember that.
Do you get the jelly bean butter popcorn thing now?
A little bit, but not nearly what I was before. I think that it's kind of... it's there, but it's awfully subtle.
Yeah, I could see you like nosing it for a couple of minutes and then you going, I know what it is.
It's
I
on
know.
it's on the nose.
Yeah.
So after that round, Perry has 4, Swan has 1.
Catching up,
It's anybody's game.
making a comeback.
I won't call it that.
So
I still kind of stand by that. I think that Legent is still decent.
I remember liking it a lot more than everybody
Yeah.
else.
And I feel like I liked it a lot less than everybody else. Was Chad on that episode?
I think Curtis was. I think all these were either just you two or Curtis was on with you.
Gotcha. Sorry, Kurt. I can't remember anything. Clearly. Already gave us one with a little smaller sample in it.
These are all so different, man.
Oh, that smells like a really good cigar. I bet you one of my quotes was, at some point during this, I would pair this with a cigar.
I need a sample of that. I want some of that.
I poured all of mine. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I gotta keep it light because I have to drive, but he threw his arms up. No jazz hands.
I'm home.
Sorry.
Did you just
I hit
ram
my
your face into
Yes.
the microphone?
It's hard being a guest or co-host that's running a game show. You can tell that I don't have to drive. Yes, I did bust my face on the microphone if anybody wants to know.
He's bleeding profusely, but he's a professional and we're continuing on.
I can stitch myself up if anything happens.
I'm so proud of you, man. Just...
Ooh,
This is the highest proof of the 4.
I can tell.
I believe that.
So while you're tasting, just to think about, someone gave this a 16.25 and someone gave this a 17.5.
Wow. I think you would have liked this a little bit better than me when we reviewed it. I'm going to say I had the lower score.
Okay.
I'm also going to say that you had the lower score in this.
Yeah,
one. I think I like this more.
The 0.25 kind of also leads me to think that I was...
We're both guilty of that. We
are, but I feel like you less so.
This reads like Jim Beam-esque to me, like higher proof Jim Beam.
It's
got that slight spice to it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It could also be Elijah Craig barrel proof or something.
Something about it is kind of screaming Buffalo Trace to me.
Is it now?
Have I bottle chugged this at your house?
No.
Okay. That you know about.
Yeah, that sip was completely different. I have no clue.
So, going on the quotes, someone said, "This is not an everyday thing. Don't pretend like you can have this to end your night."
Okay, what's the second quote? What a weird sentence.
The second quote is, "The only reason I didn't give it a 5 is there's probably pallets I've enjoyed more, like after just having confiscated."
Oh, no. Well, that's me.
I'm going to say I'm the first one.
Yep.
Barry's the second one.
That second one is 100% me. And that is a sentence that I would not feel the same about today.
You were nuts about confiscated when it came out.
I was.
I think you also had the added thing of like there were some rose-colored glasses of like having it with Dixon.
No, I
and
absolutely
being at
did.
the Beaumont Inn.
Absolutely.
Still good. It's just you look at that price, you're like,
yeah. I mean, I think that if we're looking at the fact that there's now a new budget-friendly bourbon coming out of Kentucky Owl, I think it was kind of a course correction for them.
yeah.
What was the budget on that label that they put on that thing?
On what?
The new one.
The Wise Man?
Yeah.
Like $60. So literally half of what confiscated was.
But I mean the label, like the bottle design, the label itself.
Oh, the bottle design was put into a random label generator.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And just puked out by a computer.
Oh. All right, coming from episode 100.
Golly. Episode 100.
You all reviewed Elijah Craig Barrel Proof C919.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's too hot for me.
And on your rating, you both got a point because you both guessed the right score.
Dope.
Perry gave this a 16.25. Swan gave this a 17.5.
I can't believe that I said that confiscated.
And you were
is better
both
than-
wrong on the quotes.
Gotcha. So I
What?
liked confiscated.
You said you wouldn't use this to end your night, which is...
I'm a liar.
Yes!
Honestly, that's more embarrassing than me liking confiscated.
I think it is, honestly.
He would have gave this a 5, but there's better things like confiscated.
Wow.
Well, no, on the palate.
On the palate.
And I don't wholeheartedly disagree with that, but the finish on this is amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, you specifically said the palate, like that was in the quote.
yeah.
And I've not had C919 in a long time. I like this better than I did back then, but it is still very hot up front.
Yeah.
So you both got 1 point on that round.
All right, 5-2.
So going into the last one.
I can't win, so at this point I can just do whatever I want, right? I could just start
You
screaming.
got to keep playing.
I could just start screaming.
We could tie if I don't get any of these right and you get all three of them.
All right.
In which case, I don't know if Eric actually has a tiebreaker.
I can figure out something.
Sure.
If you can guess what the blend is.
What's the color of my underwear?
Black.
Jokes on us. It's camo.
It's got Naruto on them. I legitimately have anime underwear on right now.
Wait, you watch anime? No.
I just like the designs. I'm a poser.
I like the crisp edges of the the characters.
I like the fan service. All right. Number 4, Swan's face when he smelled this. He almost-
Oh no 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 no.
You sure this isn't your bad blend?
Nope, there's only one.
This smells like cat urine. That's not good.
No.
This, once again, is all going according to plan.
Okay, the palate's much better.
Yeah, I was gonna say, not infinitely so.
I like the palate a lot better.
Ooh, palate's got like an oatmeal cream pie thing going on for it.
I might have to try a little bit of that. I haven't had
That
it in a while.
nose is jarring, though.
I don't like the nose at all. I can't even.
Let me give it a second to live in the glass.
Yeah, can we take a slight pause just for a second so this can open up
Yeah.
for us? Because this is the one that has started to piss me off.
Out of all 4, this is probably if you were going to try to guess the actual bottle, this is probably the hardest one to guess. Oh, well, it does smell way worse.
It smells putrid.
No, I wouldn't have thought that, too, because I didn't try anything when I was pouring the samples, so this is the first time I've had it in a while.
It just reads higher corn. Yeah, I got no clue.
I might actually say this is Peerless Bourbon.
I always get like a coffee thing off Peerless.
I'm getting that. I'm getting like an espresso from this.
While you're thinking, one of you gave this a 16.75.
Golly.
One of you gave it a 13.5.
Oh. Gosh, I don't know with this one.
I'm going to say I gave it a 13.5.
Okay.
I could see myself being really surprised by the palate and the finish also carrying it a lot, giving me the higher score. But honestly, I think I'm going to say the same thing. I think Swan gave this the higher score.
Okay. First quote. This is a bourbon I want to use in a Keeneland breeze. Second quote. This is legitimately one of the best bourbons I've ever smelled.
Oh, no! Oh, no. Got it! Wow.
I seem to be less against the nose than you, so I'm going to assume I said that.
Okay.
Because you're going like cat piss, urine, putrid, and
I
I'm
know,
just
but
like, it just smells corn heavy.
But I say things like legitimately very often on this podcast.
Yeah.
And in general, in real life as well. But I'm going to contradict him again. I think I was the one who said the second one. This is rough.
Coming from episode 127, this was your review of Barrel Batch 21.
Oh, no.
I see.
Uh-oh.
So I almost said...
Joe, I'm sorry.
I almost said Dickel Bottled and Bond for this. The blue label, because the corn is so...
But it also does have the Dickel Pickle note.
Yeah.
Especially on the finish.
Perry gave this a 16.75.
Wow.
And Swan gave this a 13.5. So you both were correct on the scoring.
Okay.
Perry was correct on the quotes. Swan was not. Perry said this is legitimately one of the best bourbons he had ever smelled.
It's that legitimate. I say that
and
so
Swan
often.
wanted to put this on a Keeneland breeze.
So that I guess that makes more sense, because like I could see this being good in a cocktail, but that's not cocktail pricing.
So, Swan, you lost. But you're both going to drink the...
What was the final score?
So... Let me tally
6-3.
6-3, yes.
Was it? I mean, genuinely, I think that's because I listened to the show twice. Like, even just slightly, I had a bit of an edge.
That would make sense
because of it.
Your score was twice.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
I just love that, like, the questions, the quotes that I picked out, like, worked out so good. You both hated the way this smelled, and one of you said, this is one of the best things I've ever smelled. Like, that's...
Episode 250,
One.
I'm doing this game with you two.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
And my tiebreaker was going to be which one of these bottles was the review that made me go buy it. So, do you want to take a just for fun?
Oh, yeah. Episode 125? Is that what the barrel was?
127.
It was the barrel.
I was going to go with the barrel as well.
It was.
Yeah.
Because
you would have been on the
I
fence
would
because of the
already
price.
have been getting ECBP.
Yeah.
Pikesville Rye, I've already.
Duh, yeah.
I'm getting something that's from Japan and Kentucky mixed together already. So yes, I bought Barrel Batch 21 specifically after the review.
All right.
I mean, you literally said
God bless you.
it's one of the best things you've ever smelled.
I will say, with more time in the glass, it does smell better. But that weird note is still there.
I don't remember what podcast it was. I have no clue. But the Dickel Bottled and Bond, when we tried it, I was so against that thing. And it's got remnants of it in there.
No, it absolutely does.
And I think that's why I disliked it.
You need to try Barrel Batch 30 that's over there as well. It should be the more full one.
You both need to
That's
try.
30.
Well,
Yeah.
loser.
This
It
is called
literally says loser
It's
on
called
it.
the Loser Blend.
Is it all bourbon and or rye?
I feel like you shouldn't have to look at your phone for the
No, I
answer to
definitely
this.
got to.
Would you do like an ounce of everything? Or a drop of
It's
everything?
neutral grain spirit with a drop of brown food coloring.
It's a bourbon, a whiskey, and a finished.
Did you make this blend with good intentions, or did
No,
you?
I was originally made this specifically as the loser.
Is there any redneck Riviera in this?
No. I don't own. I
a
have
shame.
to own this. I'm going to try it too. Because I'm a loser, babe.
So why don't you kill me?
I'm going to save a little bit just in case one of you likes it.
Hey, it doesn't smell awful.
It's not offensive. Just because you put loser blend on the outside of it, I was
I mean,
immediately
I
like,
did blend this last night and let it sit, so it could have turned into something completely different. It doesn't smell good.
But it doesn't smell so bad that I don't want to try it.
Someone's face.
Oh, nope, there it is. Sorry.
Oh my goodness.
My
this
nose
is so
needed to be
bad.
reset.
It's not good. Tell me what it tastes like. Give me your notes.
Cough medicine.
yeah, it's like cough medicine and just honey.
Oh. Oh, it tastes more and more like what's the word for cast strength, but when you're talking about medicine? Extra strength? I don't know.
Extra strength, I guess.
Extra strength Motrin with just the cough syrup.
Yeah, it just tastes like strawberry Robitussin.
Yeah,
Just,
it's really bad.
I'm guessing the finished is probably like a cognac or
I was gonna say port.
or port. Yeah.
So this is 3 equal parts. Basil Hayden. Dickel, 13-year bottled and bond. And blackened. Kroger Spick. Blackened.
Wow.
Not the Willet one, but it was what is it? Black sherry cask or something like that. Finished.
I mean, honestly, each of those things on their own are fine to acceptable. I have never had anything like this where the three components make such a worse final product than what they started out as. I like hate this. I really, really hate this so much.
So, if you want to try this, message me. I'll blend it up for you. It's called Whiskey Mutant's Loser Batch.
It's your face photoshopped onto Beck's body. No, thank you. Ugh. I think we should just try that.
Let's try it.
I don't know.
Fresh pop.
I don't know if it's a review necessarily, but
Let's give our initial thoughts on it.
Eric is not driving this evening.
I'm not. America.
Nor is he working.
Nope.
Eric is not driving, nor is he driving. I can't wait to try this. So this is the Peerless Double Oak.
Yes.
Okay, hold on. I've got to rinse my glass after that. I'm so sorry. That is terrible.
You didn't bring a second one with you?
Mission accomplished.
I love your little kid sound effects that you do.
Pew, pew.
Anakin! Obi-Wan!
You talked about getting a soundboard at once. Now your co-host is a
I
soundboard.
actually am planning on getting one.
I'm going to get one too, and I'm going to do sounds
Dual-
too.
Oh,
You
like
won't
for
even-
your...
just randomly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, on here.
You know that I have to like be able to approve that gets into my computer, right?
I'll just put it on the microphone.
Ah, okay. That's fine.
More
whatever.
work for Perry.
I don't even know if I can use two separate input sources. But this is 107.1 proof.
Ooh, that's immediately better.
Oh wow, that smells really good.
I don't even know what I did with the glass. Oh, there it is.
And I feel like I read that this was the first batch of this, and there wasn't a whole lot of bottles put out of this.
No, I heard that they kept like saying there wasn't any more to put out, and then like some would reappear at the distillery, so they were like limiting it per day. Either way, I love the label.
Oh, I think
I do too.
The bottle and the label color,
I just think the darker colors work better for Peerless in general.
and the fact that the bourbon is really dark too, like the dark on the dark on the dark, all looks really good.
That's significantly better than the loser blend.
What are you trying to say? I don't know how to blend.
We know you know how to because you knew that would make such an awful.
True.
Also, thank you for doing that. That was all. I really enjoyed that.
I wanted to contribute, and I thought that was a fun game. Like,
There's no way to incorporate that into like a regular segment because it like would just get monotonous. I feel like I don't know. Maybe
every like 50 episodes or something like that.
I mean you are definitely Swan doing that for the 250th.
I would love to.
This is really sugary.
This smells like a hot fudge sundae to me.
Yeah.
Strong chocolate, but a little bit of vanilla, maybe like some cherry on top, but crazy sweet.
It tastes like a super like cinnamony ice cream or cookie.
Like a churro.
Yeah.
Speaking of cookies, can we pair this with the cookies from the beginning of the episode?
Swan, we can do whatever we want. I got those. I got fudge rounds. I got Nutter Butters. I got Dunkaroos.
This with Nutter Butters?
You want to pair that with Nutter Butter?
What do you think, Swan?
I mean, I'm not going
Wait.
to say no to another butter.
Hold on. I think it's my fault, but Nutter Butters are the chocolate covered wafers with peanut butter, right?
No.
They're the cookies with.
They're the cookies, yeah.
Oh,
Nutty Buddy.
I was thinking Nutty Buddy.
Are you thinking Nutty Buddy like the little Debbie Nutty Buddy?
Like the wafers with the chocolate and peanut
Or are
butter.
you
Like they
thinking
come in the
peanut
two.
butter?
They come in the 2-packs
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
the chocolate over
Yeah,
them.
that's what I
Nutty
have.
Buddy.
That's
You
the
have
Buddy.
those?
Yeah, that's the Buddy. Butters are
Oh,
the
because
cookies.
there's 2 of them.
Yeah, the cookies that look like peanuts. They're shaped like peanuts. And
Yeah, yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Those are
Nutter Butters.
Nutter Butters.
Okay, so Nutty Buddies.
Yes, I have those.
I think this would go better with Nutty Buddy than a Nutter Butter.
I got Swiss rolls too.
This man. Come stacked.
Uh-oh. Maybe I didn't put them in there. No, I put frosted fudge cakes in there instead of Nutter
Oh,
Buddy.
what a mistake.
I messed up.
Nah, it's
Well,
okay.
how about Nutter Butters instead?
I don't have no. Oh, never mind. Found them.
Oh, heck yes. I actually found the Nutty Buddies.
Yeah,
Oh,
these
the
are
Nutty
these are
Buddy.
good.
These
are so
bring
good.
back a lot of childhood memories for me. We didn't ever really have.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh my God, you were so right. I'm so sorry for interrupting that.
The clipping on your your audio
Listen.
file there.
When a pairing is just an instant success, it just blows my mind, and I love it.
That's so good.
It's like putting cinnamon on top of the Nutty Buddy. Mm-hmm. It's like cinnamon chocolate peanut butter. Oh,
I almost get like, have you guys ever had monkey bread? The, like,
Oh, yeah, of
pull
course.
apart- This tastes like that.
oh, man.
Dude, that is a phenomenal pairing.
There you have it. You get this bottle, get a Nutty Buddy.
Double pair a thing and drink a thing episode.
What was it you said? This was a good bottle to talk about because it was a double zero.
Oh, I don't even freaking know anymore.
I don't know. We were talking about it earlier.
I think it was because it was a double oaked and this is double 100.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so the Peerless by itself, fantastic. But this just elevated it.
That's really good.
Part of me is like, I just want to eat the Nutty Buddy.
I would like a takeover episode where you do nothing but Little Debbie pairings.
I mean,
There's no reason not to do that.
I could do that.
There still needs to be the episode before you move, Swan, where the two of you do a takeover.
Yes,
You said we haven't already.
that's true.
The fear and terror that just struck through my body like a lightning bolt from
Just
Zeus.
turned white for a second.
Listen, I'm up late. He's up late. We just record every night. We're going to send you like 20 episodes. You're just going to have to deal with it.
We have a whole separate podcast that we want you to be the editor on. And you have to put it online and do all that stuff. We'll take pictures and put it on Instagram, but you have to do the
Do you
hard
have
stuff.
a name or logo or theme?
Swear it. And we swear a lot.
Yep.
We say all the bad words.
All 7?
All of them.
Oh, wow. Sorry.
We made new ones.
Yeah.
There was one episode where you just forgot to drink bourbon.
No, we weren't even drinking. We were just pissed off, and we were just...
We were just calling each other the C-bomb back and forth.
No, we were just
for
talking
30
about the
minutes.
experiences at work we had, and we just went off on everybody. We didn't say the actual names of the people that we were mad at. We just went crazy. We made up 3 different cuss words.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's impressive. It's okay to be impressed.
They'll talk about you in history classes.
Yeah, but
It's
only if you
okay
edit
to
it.
be impressed. Should we do tips and bits?
2 tips and bits.
Let's do that.
So last night I cried watching an anime. I'll admit it. Teared me up. If you're a fan of Naruto and you've been watching Naruto since the beginning, like I have, true fan.
Don't at me, bro.
Don't at me, brother. There was so the current season is actually about his son, and Naruto is Boruto. Yes, it's called Boruto Naruto: The Next Generation. So it's all the kids of the characters in Naruto, but Naruto is in it all the time. And there's something that happened that goes all the way back to like episode 1, and it literally broke my heart. I kid you not. I'm a grown ass man, and I can watch anime and tear up. That's just how much emotion they put into this stuff. So that's just a tip if you're a Naruto fan. So other than that, I've been watching Squid Game on Netflix. And by the time this comes out, I think probably more people have probably watched it because it's kind of big on the internet right now.
It's already on track to be the biggest show of all time for Netflix.
I think it's great. It's a Korean show, and if you're a fan of Battle Royale, any kind of show or movie that has to do with a survival, I mean, it's even close to like Hunger Games type stuff. It's so good. The first episode, it kind of just gets you emotionally invested in the characters because it doesn't really have anything to do with the main gist of the show. The first half of the first episode, it's so good. You're invested. You love the character. And then it's this death game. I'm not going to spoil anything, but if say this person decided to make a death game and they found all these people that were down on their luck, they were in debt, like stuff like they were in debt to like mafias or like gangs, and they said, hey, come play this game and there's a possibility you could win all this money, and they agreed to it. They were all put in this same like warehouse, and they had to play like children's games like red light, green light, but if you lose, you basically die.
Jesus.
So, and every time that person dies, their stake of the money gets put into the pot. So the more people who die, the more money you could win.
I need to clarify something because I've not seen you do this yet. When you say die, there should be air quotes around that, right?
There's no, they're dead. Completely dead. It's a death game.
Wait, hold on. Is this not a reality show?
No.
Really?
Wait, you just figured... Okay.
I didn't know that. I thought that it was a reality, like, game show.
This is like a real real life actors portraying an anime. It's got an anime feel to it.
But it's scripted.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, I did not know that.
No, these people really die in this show.
That's why I was so confused. I thought it was like, oh, they die and everybody else gets their money.
No, these it's like gory. Like there's some gory.
Oh
deaths.
shoot, dude!
Yeah, it's like. Have you watched Battle Royale before?
I have not. No.
It's like these kids are putting it on an island and they have to kill each other to survive. But it's a scripted show. It's like just a fictional show, and everybody plays these games in order to get to the next round in order to win money. But if you lose, you die. And there's like a whole nother story going on in the background of it too. And it's awesome. Like now I have not watched the dub version. It's in Korean, and they have English voices, but I watch the subtitles because that's how I watch anime. It feels like watching anime.
I mean, I got as much out of Parasite with no dub as I would have with like a dubbed anime. So
either way, you can watch it either way, but I highly recommend it, and watch it now because people are going to spoil it like crazy.
Sure.
Because everybody's talking about it. But no, it's not a reality show. It's very much a fictional show.
I genuinely thought that it was a game show. I really did. And what's funny is that like it didn't make sense to me why so many people passed up on it. Like, because it was like, oh, it's a game show, and you know, there's just it's
very
just
much
got
not a game show.
Okay, well, now I'm extra sold on it.
So it's not a spoiler, but they play red light, green light, and if you move, you basically get sniped in the head. So
Holy moly!
Yeah.
Okay, I'm down. I mean, not to play it, just to watch that.
So that's my tips and bits. Cry watching anime, and then watch a very crazy death game show.
And then watch a live action anime.
Yes.
Exactly. I also watched another Netflix show that just came out. So they're on the third season, and it was actually on my tips and bits once before for like season 1. It's called The Circle. It's just this. It's reality show.
This one is a reality show.
Just to clarify,
Yeah,
no
thank you.
deaths involved.
I appreciate that.
But they basically take like 6 people and then add another person, another person, another person while actively eliminating people. But the entire gimmick is they're in their own rooms in this like apartment complex, and the only way they can communicate with each other is via like text message.
Yeah.
And so they constantly have these games that get put up where it basically is like a popularity contest on whether or not people like them, dislike them. They're pitted against people intentionally.
And they get to go and like talk with the other people too, right?
Yes, and you can like message individual people, the
Yeah.
group chats, and then every week the 2 most popular people get to eliminate somebody, whether it's for own personal gain or just due to how they feel about that person or their popularity. It's one of those things where like you shouldn't love it, but then like by 2 or 3 episodes in, you're so invested in the people.
Right.
And the best part is you can also come in as a catfish. So there's people portraying
There you
other
go.
people that are completely inaccurate. It's just a fun way to kill a little time.
I remember you vaguely recommending that before. It might have been during our quarantine
It
episodes.
could have been. We did quite a few of those back to back.
We did. I'll talk about something that made me cry
Oh,
that I watched. And then also something that I didn't enjoy as much, but I thought that parts of it were really, really good. But I, up until last week, had never seen
A Walk to Remember.
shoot me in the face right now, but The Sixth Sense.
You have never seen
I
that?
had never seen it.
I'm assuming it was spoiled for you.
Oh no, I already knew what was happening.
Okay.
And here's the thing. If a movie gets quote unquote spoiled for me, it does not ruin my enjoyment of it. I actually tend to find it a little bit more enjoyable in general because I'm kind of looking for maybe like clues to what the big twist is, or you know what could have led to this being an emotional ending or something like that. But I was not ready for just the emotions of finding out that ending. Am I allowed to spoil it? I feel like I can because it's a
dear God. If nobody has watched the six, oh, sorry, you just watched it.
yeah. It's a 25-year-old movie.
Surely they know the
Yeah,
spoiling. Just spoil it.
but there was something about just the emotional weight of.
Haley Joel Osment.
I mean, yes, but
He was awesome in that.
he was so good.
Yeah.
He was so good in it. But just somebody who cares so much about other people and is so connected to those that he either loves from a distance or, you know, from a very interpersonal sense. It just kind of hit me in a really weird way, and it really, really broke me as it was ending. And I loved it. I really did love that movie. And it's easy to go like, oh, I see why that's a classic, but I get why it's a classic. You know, I don't know if I would have exactly the same response when I went back and watched it again. But there was just a very emotional part of it for me that I felt very connected to, obviously. Everything that I have to recommend this week is actually movies, because we've been watching movies, especially like movies kind of get into the spooky spirit.
I love October.
I'm putting a lot of reverb on that. Maybe a little bit of scary music behind it too.
Please.
I will. Anyway, so the first one that we watched to get into like the fall spirit was When Harry Met Sally. Another movie I had not seen up until watching it. this past week. Freaking loved it. I get why it's a classic.
Put it on the list.
But then last night we watched a movie that I had been intending to sit down and watch or get through for a while. Crimson Peak.
Oh, yeah.
I loved the aesthetic of it all. I thought the story was a little weak.
Yeah, I agree.
But I mean, the fact that she was a writer really never paid off, I guess. But the visuals were incredible, and Jessica Chastain was phenomenal too, I thought, in that movie. But it's a good little ghost story to kind of ease your way into everything
it's the
being
beginning
spooky.
of October. You gotta ease into it, and then at the end you're full blown just watching Human Centipede.
I'm not going that far. But that being said, I am so ready to get into the horror movie spirit. Twice now I have to do that edit.
Just copy and paste it.
It's not that easy, but
That's why he does all the editing. We just do stuff like
3 times.
Control C, Control V. Done.
Again, not that easy. But the new season of What We Do in the Shadows is also out.
oh yes,
It's running right now. Are you caught up?
I haven't. I'm waiting on my wife to watch it together, and she's not been able to watch it, and I'm getting impatient. That's all I'm going to say.
All right, make a new Hulu account with a new email. I'm just kidding.
Find out.
Don't do that. Don't
She
do that.
always finds out.
That's a really, really bad idea that you definitely shouldn't do.
She always finds
But
out.
man, it is
I love this show so much.
incredible. I like the show more than I do the movie, and I love the movie. You've not seen the movie, have you?
No, I've seen the movie.
Okay, you just very silently.
No,
were
I like the show better than the movie.
That's what I said.
Oh, I thought you said you liked the movie. That's why
No, I
got
said
confused.
I said I like the show better than the
I thought
movie,
you
and
said
I
the
love the movie.
I was like, what?
No,
I've got a lot to drink.
we're getting post Wilderness Trail pick Eric right now.
No, I'm not getting that bad. If I get that bad, I may never be able to record again.
You're not wrong. We're FaceTiming Grease over in the corner.
Oh. April's punching me in the face as she comes to pick me up.
She just keeps looking at you going, "You're dead.
You're dead.
You're dead."
You're dead. I'm alive, actually.
What do you think about that Buzzard's Roost peated rye, Swanee?
I actually really like it. It's really fruity for a rye.
It's
that
better
peat out of here.
than
The backside of rye.
it's way better than the backside of rye.
Oh, yeah.
You might have to try it.
I don't like peat. I gave you my new riff stuff.
It's not very peated compared to the new riff stuff.
It's quite the gentle peat.
It's a whisper.
Pete the Gentle Giant.
Pete the gentle dragon. That's Puff. Never mind.
Pete the Gentle Giant.
Never hurt a soul. Anyway, is that the end of episode 200?
Well, we got... Oh, you got to do your thing, don't you? I forgot.
I guess that's the end of the episode. What a way to close out the celebratory 200th episode of this podcast.
I think about halfway through Tips and Bits, it just started to hit Eric. He's like, I've
Oh,
had
it did.
a good amount to drink.
It absolutely did.
Listen, I'm not that bad off.
Yeah, well, you all aren't seeing the way that his eyes keep closing midway through his sentences.
I'm perfectly fine.
You're totally fine. It's all good. I just want to say again, before we wrap up and do plugs, thank you all so much for all of your continued support. We would not have gotten 200 episodes without you. I know we've got at least 100 more in the bank. I think I could push this for another 4 years.
Sure.
I don't see
Good,
why
man.
not.
I'll be here.
I know you will be. Swan,
Swan virtually.
I'll be elsewhere, but I'll be here.
you'll be on the Patreon.
There you go.
You got to
Alright.
pay for Swan.
Got to. Anyway, where can people find you guys on social media?
I'm at Swan TBF on Instagram.
At Whiskey Mutant on Instagram. Pairing all sorts of stuff with whiskey and bourbon. Cakes, anime, movies. Me and Perry do Prepare Your Pour. My wife and I do Marital Combat. And I'm there. Just send me a message. Send me samples.
And you're going to be on YouTube soon
I'm
as
going
well.
to be on YouTube. I'm trying to get 100 followers. Go to Whiskey Mutant on YouTube or just search it. I don't have an address.
Swan's about to do it right now.
One more
gotcha.
subscriber. Yeah.
How many subs is he up to?
It's not loading. My phone's having trouble.
Good.
Shit.
Well-
Well, shit.
Is that how you said it?
Well, shit.
33.
Yeah.
I'll even put the bell on.
You're a literal third of the way there.
I'm there. Hey, that's more than I had 5 minutes ago.
If you want to find me personally, I'm at Purity1492 on all social media channels. If you want to follow the show itself, it's at My Bourbon Pod on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can leave us a 5-star rating and review as well on your podcast app of choice, if that is allowed. But also, you can squeeze a little review of our podcast into, I don't know, another podcast or an app that's in the top 50 on the App
Any app.
Store or Google Play or whatever the heck. Keep doing that, I guess. Eric's got one for
We got
us.
2.
We got 2.
So on the Kroger app, Ian, that bourbon guy, gave us a 5-star review. He says, I usually shop online while I listen to This Is My Bourbon podcast. 5-star review on the Kroger app. Thank you, Ian.
Thanks, Ian. Thanks.
And on the Rope Man Run game, Mr. Patrick Starkey gave it a 1-star review. That's for the game. But his comment says, the continuous ads keep interrupting my enjoyment of This Is My Bourbon podcast. How am I supposed to be able to relax in an environment like this? 1 out of 5 for the app, 5 out of 5 for the podcast.
And it's that kind of creative fervor that we're looking for in these weird reviews that we're now asking, not even really asking people to do, just saying we're not going to be upset about it. So please do that, but also really, really please.
I'm going to make you work some more. I got a surprise. I got
okay.
some clips I want to play.
Ooh, okay.
They may have come from old shows or not. I don't know. I didn't really review them that much. So I'm going to play them on my phone, but I have them saved on the computer so I can...
You can also send them to me. Yeah.
So
We might
I
have to
got like
add
4.
this as a bonus episode eventually.
No,
All right, go
this
for
is
it.
staying in the main episode.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Hey Perry, I can't believe you're on your 200th episode. It seems like yesterday you all were recording at the kitchen table at our little home in Richmond. And now after a couple more pets, a new house, and a baby later, you're still going strong. It has been such a pleasure to see you and the podcast grow and morph into what it is today. This Is My Bourbon podcast has given us so many experiences and friendships we wouldn't have had otherwise, and for that I will always be grateful. But the biggest joy has been watching you getting to do what you love and have a passion for and being successful at. Congratulations, my love, on 200. I'm so proud of you and wish you all the success in the world.
This is... Me and Swan make Perry cry.
We got it.
Fist bump.
It's not even the only one.
It's not.
I feel like I need a mint
Wait, why?
because my breath. We're very close. This
Harry,
is not COVID.
Harry cannot smell it.
This is not COVID compliant.
All right, Eric said he wanted us to roast Perry.
Yeah.
I don't think we can do that without making him cry.
Well, I agree with that. The last time anybody even remotely took a stab at Perry, it was on Matt Madness, and I've never seen someone like blush and cave like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Which I'm super into blush and caves. Like when my wife uses blush,
I was about to say, you get weird on Friday nights and you put blush on and go caving.
no, I definitely I cave blush for sure.
All right. Well, Perry, congratulations on 200 episodes.
200.
And we hope you have many more, like at least
How many years
15
is
to
it?
20.
Like I don't like the episode numbers because like you don't know how many years.
Yeah, like you could pull that out in a year.
Right,
if
you could
just
do a
kinda-
daily show.
Right.
Like, so we're celebrating Perry for 8 months of content.
really hard, solid work. Yeah.
Really great stuff, Perry. We appreciate everything you do. Congratulations on being a new dad this past year. We know how much work it takes to do this, and regardless if it's 200 episodes in 8 months or if it's 200 episodes in 16 years, we know that you put the time in. We love you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. And Will, do you want to say anything else?
No, I already said my piece.
You already said your piece?
Yeah.
Peace out.
I started this when I was 12, 16 years ago.
Yeah.
Pear Bear, my sweet Pear Bear. I don't even know where to begin to congratulate you here because there's so much I want to say and I don't want to take up all of that time. But Perry, it has been amazing to watch you grow to be a place that has incredibly candid conversations with people because of the person that you are and the energy that you bring to the table. I've just loved watching everything about This Is My Bourbon podcast over the past few years. And you as a person, being a dad now, different responsibilities, but you've still managed to put out 200 episodes, which is incredible. That's awesome. Congratulations. I can't wait to see 200 more. I am very lucky to call you as a friend, and the bourbon community is very lucky to have you. So congrats, drink on me, and I'll talk to you soon.
Hey everyone, it's your old pal Papa Ritter here, wishing Perry, Eric, Swan, and even Curtis a very happy 200th episode for This Is My Bourbon podcast. Very proud of how well this has taken off, Perry, and how great your interview skills have become. Everybody thinks the same. Always have a great time on the show. It's always fun to tell stories and to be with you, drink new bourbon, and try different new things that we have not tried, and some that aren't that good. But the good outweighs the bad, and this podcast is very good. Please continue listening. No reason to stop at 200. Got more than 200 more. 2,000 more. So keep the train going. It's a lot of fun. Cheers and love to all. Hope to see you soon. Take care.
Hey Perry, what's up? This is Jason from the Master and Drum. Just wanted to say congratulations on episode number 200. Absolutely amazing job, man. You have probably one of my top 3 favorite podcasts to listen to, especially about bourbon. You're an amazing interviewer. Felt that way ever since we first met on the that early morning at Four Roses. But appreciate knowing you ever since then. Everything we've done together on YouTube, the collaborations, and really look forward to some more in the very near future if possible, man. But congrats on 200. Very well deserved. Congratulations. Keep up the good work. And looking forward to talking to you soon, man. Love you. Congratulations. Bye.
I want to do something fun for you, something special.
I appreciate that. I was not expecting that at all.
Well, that's what a surprise is about.
I gotta say, it was a lot better than your blend.
I can confirm that made the past almost 2 hours of recording totally worth it. Thank you so much, man.
You're welcome, man.
That you deserve it. I appreciate that.
Hey, coming from, like I said before, coming from somebody who started out, even Swan, like you said, started out as somebody that was just listening or helping with the podcast. It's awesome what you've done, and I enjoy every moment I get to come hang out and record with you. Hit the music.
I think that does it for this week. I don't know what else to say. Thank you guys so much for supporting the show, for listening to it. Yeah. We got at least 200 more in the tank, I would say.
We got more, baby!
Baby! That does it for this week. Thank you guys so much for 200 episodes. We'll see you on 201. Until then, I'm Perry.
I'm
Eric.
Swan. Oh! You took my spot. Now it's time to fight.
Uh-oh. All that sentimentality, and now it's like there's a throwdown happening.
We're Swearick.
Swear. We'll just leave it at that. Hit us with a spooky.
4 times. And this is my Bourbon Podcast.